Hey, and welcome to 996, the Howl for the Uninitiated. This is an unedited YouTube vlog discussing everything Arizona Coyotes, the LA Kings. Been a thorn in our side for so long, and just a couple frustrating ones. Good effort by the Coyotes Saturday night. Much better than Thursday night's outing. They controlled most of the play. Good offensive zone time, great shots, a great number of shots, grade A opportunities on the Kings' goaltender, Cal Peterson. Is he a rookie? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he's played in a couple seasons probably, but the Kings just stuck with it. They capitalized on their few chances that the Coyotes gave them, but this is the third time in a week. Last week it was Friday night and Saturday night against the Blues, where they let in late third period goals that determined the game. One of them they lost. One of them the Blues tied it to push to an overtime win. And then last night the Kings win in regulation because of a late third period goal where the Coyotes don't even know the middle of the ice exists in front of Kemper. We've seen this goal scored a lot of times just right in front of Kemper. There's just no centerman there covering the opposition. They have free roaming in front of Kemper. They can pick their shot, and that's been their thorn in their side for most of the year. I mean, this was happening in the San Jose series to start off the season, in the Knights series, the Blues series, and now the Kings managed to get 2 points, steal 2 points undeservedly, and the Coyotes get none because the centerman coming back, it was a short leash line who had a miserable night. Ekman-Larsson, Lyubushkin both have their assignments, but no one's getting that centerman on the back check. Keller was the closest one to Velarde, but obviously Schmaltz is a center in that line, so a bit of a miscommunication. It's unfortunate that whenever I see goals being scored, Ekman-Larsson is always on the ice. Not to say they're all his fault, but it's just an interesting sight to see. I feel like he's not 100% on his defensive game yet. His offensive game seems pretty good. He got an assist on that power play goal by Derek Brassard. The power play scored 2 goals, even though the power play looked like a fish out of water sometimes. That first unit, they had, like I said, a miserable night. Their power play was brutal when they were on. They let in a shorthanded goal when they're on the power play. They weren't getting so much grade A opportunities. They're getting thrown around a bunch. Connor Garland was taking sticks and fists to the face. It seems like whenever Garland faces teams in consecutive nights or in successive games, the other team just really has so much animosity towards him. He's a feisty guy. He gets under your skin. He's a guy who likes to, juke around on his feet quickly and puts himself in dangerous positions where the opposition, if they do commit to a hit, they'll most likely get a call. So maybe that's why the other teams are so frustrated when they play against Connor Garland. But that line had a rough night. There's a reason why they're called the short leash line, I guess. They really needed them to show up. Kessel had a great game. He scores his first ever wrist shot goal of this season. It was a nice shot. He had a couple chances with that wrist shot. Tyler Pillock didn't get on the score sheet, but it was deserved to be on the score sheet. He was screening the goalie on both of the Coyotes' goals, and that's what this team needs more of. Crash the net, get into the eyes of the opposition goaltender, and hope for the best. It's good to see Derek Brassard get on the scoreboard, even though it was a deflection off a Kings player. He needs to get going a bit. But 2 frustrating games where they get 1 point out of 4, both at home. Their record at home now is about 1-2-1, I guess, on this 9-game homestand. So you gotta be better at home. You gotta get some more points, get some more W's. And now the Kings I think they're tied with Coyotes in the standings. Minnesota won Saturday night. So now there's a bunch of teams, and San Jose won against the Blues Saturday night as well. So these teams need to somehow break out in the middle of the pack. You got San Jose, LA, and the Coyotes just trying to break away from NHL 500. The Coyotes are back to 500. They're 7-3. So they got to get over that hump. It's been a problem for a couple seasons now. Last season, they cleared the hump in November and December, but then had a rough January and February until the pause, and they fell back to around NHL 500. So they gotta do something. They gotta clear this hump. They gotta execute better. Drake Caggiula's back in the lineup, and he made that third line immediately better, making Kessel and Brassard and making that line a force to deal with. Barrett Hayton was scratched yet again. We'll see what happens with Hayton. Barrett Hayton, obviously. I prefer him to be on the third line. I don't like him when he's playing on the fourth line, but if you're going to continue to scratch him, at least give him some top minutes in Tucson. Make him, carry that team to the division title. There's no playoffs in the AHL this year. But do something with Hayden. Ronta's day-to-day. So a bit of a rough couple of days for the Coyotes, stretching to last week with the off-ice drama. They got Anaheim Monday and Wednesday night, so they're going to face a hot goaltender in Gibson. They got to get their scoring touch back. They got to get over that 2-goal hump, just like their NHL 500 hump. They got to score more than 2 goals to win these games. They need some offense from that second line, even though that second line is they do good. They just have trouble putting that puck in the net. Tyler Pitlick had a post on a 2-on-1 with Lawson Krause. Defense coverage was good. They didn't give LA much, but just a frustrating game when the Kings are scoring on just their few chances they were given. And penalty trouble, too many men. That terrible coach's challenge on that second goal. Not sure why Talk get challenged. I guess the risk was you lose your coach's challenge and you get on the penalty kill. It was only a minute a penalty kill because you're already on the power play. So I guess the risk was pretty limited, so that's why they took the chance. But that would never be called goaltender interference, and it's a good thing it wasn't, because it was purely incidental and didn't really have an impact on that goal, and the player wasn't in the crease, so it was a good goal. So they gotta get at it. They gotta get at it. They gotta go streaking. They haven't been streaking since they played in St. Louis, so that's about 5-6 games ago. So they gotta streak again. And I said last week the Coyotes are going to lose a game, and when they do, they're going to come back with a string of wins, and they failed to do that. So, and that's when the fans of the team gets down on themselves and their morale is down, and you can't let those flows or ebbs be too deep. You got to rectify them quickly and get back to winning ways and keep that confidence, because now that's about 3 or 4 games of miserable, frustrating games, 3 out of 4 losses. That short leash line, you never know. If Talkett starts to separate them, they lose their confidence together, and then the mojo's kind of not there. So we'll see if Talkett decides to switch up the lines. I hope he doesn't, because when you start blending lines and start wanting offense from other lines, it kind of discombobulates everyone. I like how all 4 lines are playing. They just got to execute better, and I think if you separate these lines, it might be worse than just keeping them together. Krause, Dvorak, and Pitlick, they're going to score. Those are 3 capable NHLers who are good players, and they're doing good things. So you shouldn't be so irrational and try to change up lines quickly. Just ride it out. The Coyotes got to get back to work, put on the work boots, and every game's a fight. They make every game really hard. Every game's pretty much a 1-goal game if you don't count empty netters. And those late goals are backbreakers. You got to clean that out of your game late in the third period and go from there. They got to get some W's. That's it. So we'll see what happens against the Ducks. Maybe Aiden Hill will make an appearance. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your support.